This is BBC
Asian Network.
One new statue to honour Sikh soldiers who fought for the UK during the First and Second World Wars has been unveiled in Leicester. Hundreds of people turned out to watch the ceremony in Victoria Park yesterday. Here's the flavour.
My name's Gurinder, this is my daughter Shifra. We're here today just to commemorate the Sikh soldiers who fought in the Indian Army. For us it's particularly relevant because my grandfather was a major in the army stationed at Rawalpindi. So yeah, this is a great day for us.
We're here today to unveil this long overdue Sikh Memorial statue.
The sound of bagpipes. Gurinder Singh Mann is with me, a Sikh historian who's been involved in the project. Gurinder, thanks for coming on the show.
Good afternoon or good evening, should I say. Yes, it's great to be on the show today.
Our pleasure. So Victoria Park, what was it like yesterday?
It was an amazing scene yesterday where people from all walks of life attended this unveiling, and it was like it felt like a fair, it felt like a millah, as one would say, and it was just a great atmosphere with everybody just getting involved and wanting to see what this great occasion was all about.
And a lot of work must have gone into making this happen.
No, absolutely. I mean, the idea was mooted way back in 2015. So from 2015 onwards, there was this kind of stop-start to the process. I got involved in 2018, where we then commissioned an artist, and then we started looking at various designs in terms of the actual soldier, which period it should cover, and then using 3D modelling as opposed to traditional sculpting, we actually came up with the idea of the finished form that you see today.
And it looks incredible. You must have been super proud of how it's turned out.
Absolutely. I mean, to be fair, when we were working on the designs, we never thought it was going to come out in such great detail. So, the founder did a very great job. And I'll be honest with you, it was everyone else who were commenting on the actual level of detail and the precision in terms of what we would accurately say does depict a World War I soldier.
Yeah, could you just paint that picture as well for those who weren't able to see it or weren't attending?
So essentially, yesterday, it started off with a number of speeches as well. So we had a number of speeches from the military and from the city mayor as well. And this was then continued with an actual parade as well. So we had the Panj Pyare, the 5 beloved Sikhs, and then it was followed by a number of bikers. Yes, bikers, you heard that right. And as well as members of the armed forces, school children and cadets as well, which then led to the actual unveiling.
And the statue itself?
Well, the statue itself is a bronze statue. It sits on a very large plinth. And, you've got a Sikh with a traditional World War attire, and he has a chakkar, which is a quoit affixed onto the front of his turban. And he's in a very solemn posture with a gun, which is placed to the side of him, because we wanted to actually make it more of a kind of, a solemn kind of statue, which actually reflects what we already had in Victoria Park, Leicester.
And it's so important to keep highlighting the fact that, look, even though by accounting for less than 2% of the population of British India at that time, Sikhs made up more than 20% of the British Indian Army. And it is so important for the Sikh community, but also the awareness as well for our British history to know stuff like this.
No, absolutely. And we talk about these figures in terms of the actual proportion of Sikhs who actually fought. And, even by 1943, if you look at just the Punjab itself, they supplied over 36% of new recruits. So again, Sikhs played a major role in that. But yes, you talk about the awareness. These statues are intended for exactly that. There is intended to be an educational instrument where it's not just for remembering the sacrifice of the past, as well as for the generations now, but also for future generations to come as well. So, it's going to be there for decades and decades.
Finally, just briefly, how significant is something like this in Leicester, especially with the backdrop of the community tensions we've been talking about over the last few weeks?
Well, I think, for us, it's always the case that events like this is all about the community. We are very, very strong on interfaith relations. And yesterday it was very, very clear that we had people from all backgrounds. And, at the end of the day, we want to talk about positive stories as well. Leicester is a very great, vibrant, multicultural city. And we want to also bring forth, the positive projects which take place within the city as well.
Thank you so much, Gurinder. Love that.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time and congratulations again. Sikh historian Gurinder Singh Mann there on that new statue of the Sikh soldier in Leicester. Brilliant stuff.